So I'm going to relocate my transaxle back 2 inches on my mower. The way I'm going to do it is through a combination of building new transaxle mounts and then modifying my frame to fit the new mounts. This probably isn't going to be the easiest way to do it, and it's definitely not going to be the smartest way to do it. It's just how I'm going to do it. Today in part 1, I make these new transaxle mounts that replace the last set of transaxle mounts that I made a while back. That replaced the factory transaxle mounts. Now sit back, relax, get some popcorn and watch me fabricate these from out of this. So first step is to pull all the information I can off of these brackets. So here's the official drawing of the transaxle mounting bracket thing that I pulled off my mower. This is one that I built previous in like part 4 of my mud mower pulley disc thing. It's a little different than factory, and that's just for the 4 mounting holes for the transaxle. Factory ones usually only have 2. I put 4 in. But I have all the measurements for the spacing of those holes, the spacing off the bracket where those holes are located, and where the bracket mounts to the frame, all those holes and the spacings on it. Then I drew this sweet 3D rendering just to show you that there's a center line. Everything goes off the center line. And since I want to mount my transaxle 2 inches farther back, I'll draw a center line, then I'll draw another one 2 inches back. Then I know the bottom holes will be off the one line farther back, and then the mounting holes will be off the other line that's closer on there. That way, bolts the original spot of the frame, transaxle bolts 2 inches farther back. Disclaimer, somewhere I lost the footage of me cutting these plates out from this piece of angle. Sharpie creates the film so I can scratch some layout lines on here. But I don't know how much area I really need, so I'm kind of eyeballing it. Come on. Don't die on me now, Captain. There we go. Bingo! There it is. So I hope I got all the areas. I got where the transaxle will mount to. I got a spot to put my first line. I got a spot about 2 inches away to put my second line. I'll put a couple holes up here, and I'll put the 4 original mounting holes there. So I need to get these onto here, just like this one. I don't know if you can see them, but they're already pre-stamped and ready to go with blue tape telling me where I gotta cut the stuff. Can you see that? So I got all my transaxle mounting points marked out, all the lines scribed, I got all the crosshairs put on. Time to center punch it. So I need precision center punching. So that's those, which is those, which is those. So these 4 marks I just scribed are the original mounting holes. Now I'm going to put a couple up here so I can mount a new frame section on since I'm kicking everything back. This will be backside, this will be original frame. So there it is, center punched. I got the 4 original holes center punched here. This is where it's going to bolt to the frame, stock location. You come straight down and you go back 2 inches. That's where the transaxle is going to bolt now. If this was stock, it would have been right underneath the stock holes here, but it's 2 inches back. Then I'm throwing a couple extra holes, and then this makes one side. This one, since it's different, you can see the holes are on this side, but the stock mounting holes are up here. So I have a left, give it to me, and a right. So now I gotta drill all my holes and then cut them to the final shape. Bam, bam. Gnarly. Much better. Yay! There it is. Transaxle mounts here, bolts the original frame there. You can see the offset. 2 holes by my thumb, like I said, are just extra. So here's how that mount will go. It'll bolt to the original holes through here. Transaxle bolts back here instead of right here. Now, we could just throw this thing underneath the mower like so. It tucks up behind and call it done, but I can't do that. I want to cut a little design out of here and just make it look a tad bit nicer and remove a little bit of weight. So here's my cut line. It'll come across and go down to that tip. And for the bottom cuts, it's going to go straight across to shorten this lip up. And then I'll cut down this line around the bend. And on this side I have a line. It's about 1/8 of an inch up from this bend. It's hard to see, it's right by my thumbnail. I'll cut to that line around the bend. Then I'll stop, because over here I have a mark. Once I know where I'm at on this line, I'll draw a line from this mark to the cut, and I'll do an angle cut up. There it is. Done. So I'm going to wrap part 1 up right here. Next week we'll have part 2 out. We'll get a little farther along the process. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. If you're not subscribed, subscribe.